Yeah, no, so yeah, it broke my heart, man. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's life. It does happen. And like, so when I was watching my team play, like I remember I was sitting there, and there was this big dark skinned brother right next to me here. And I looked at him. I was like, "You're here to watch games?" Like, yeah. But I'm like, well, "What are you?" He's like, "I'm an agent." And I'm like, "You're an agent?" I'm like, "Yeah. I'm here to see if anyone, your teammates here, have got potential." I just asked him a couple of questions because it wasn't just him as an agent. There was other people I know that they were probably scouts and whatnot. Some of them were like suited and booted, like white guys suited and booted. And I was like, yeah, this is going down. And then I asked him like just a couple of questions. Like one, I asked him like, do you care about age? And I was like, I don't care about age as long as you got ability. I was like, if you got the ability and you're playing your position and I see something in you, I'll pick you up straight away. I don't care if you're 33, 34, not about age. If you got ability and you can play your position and I see certain things that, yes, you've got it, I'll pick you up and I'll do this and that. And then I was like, oh, right, I'm a centre back and I'm injured, I can't play. But I was like, for example, what are you looking in a centre back? So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for strength. I'm looking for someone that can distribute the ball. I'm looking for someone that's a communicator, a leader. I'm looking for someone that can go in for the tackles. Do you get what I'm saying? Not afraid to go in for the tackles. And I was like, rah.
Did it sound like he was speaking, he was describing you? Like...
Not me, but
no, I'm saying in terms of what he was looking for.
Yeah,
He sounds like very forward. But it makes sense why he has to be that forward.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that the type of player that he was looking for, like.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like your qualities, your attributes, would you say like some of those attributes that he was looking for? Yeah.
Yeah, some of the things that you're saying, I do meet up to it, and there's certain things I can't do as a centre back. I'll be honest, that I need to work on.
He sounds like he wanted that person to be taking risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just quick question as well, yeah. So, what are your thoughts, like in general, like in terms of like how football is these days, in terms of like the football, obviously the Premiership, like I'll be brutally honest with you. For me, that Pep Guardiola thing, I just can't wait for my man. Not because obviously I support Manchester United, by the way, and it's not because they're dominating or whatever, but I just feel like, and more people are starting to slowly say this. Like, I think I'm not putting it on Pep Guardiola though. I'm putting it just on people who copycats. A lot of these teams up and down the country from different levels within football. Yeah. You know, a lot of these people who adapted the Pep Guardiola way as well, playing from the back or whatever, this and that. I just feel like football should go back to how it was, to be 100%. More spontaneous, like certain people in their positions because now inverted, like keepers are trying to play out from the back. Do you remember like back in the days where it's like every team had the kind of identity? Do you get what I'm saying? Not every team was trying to play basically the Pep Guardiola ball. You get me? Every team had a certain way to play, even though they still do to a certain degree, but the vast majority of teams, they still have that aspect of like what I said, play from the back. Defenders need to be good with their feet and all of these things because of Pep Guardiola. So, like, again, football for me is not the same as it used to be a good 8 years ago. Like, but yeah, what are your thoughts just in general for you?
I feel like football is changing a lot. Not only just how football's changing a lot, but the way how the academy system is running as well. That's changing a lot. Like I remember back in the day, in my time, they would have like, for example, like you got the under 9s, 10s, 11s one, or it goes to under 18s. Then you got reserves. Then you got first team. Now that's all changing. There's no more reserves. They're changing it to all the way up to like under 21s, under 18s, under 21s, then first team. Then now they've made it under 18, under 18s, under 21s, under 23s, then first team. So there's so much that's changing, and I'll be real and honest as well. I think they made a bad mistake to take out the reserves, because in the reserves football, there's a lot more older men that would obviously take part in it. And I feel like when a lot of younger people go into the reserves with the older men, I think with the young people being around the older men, it can discipline them.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I agree. It helps them.
It does help.
It prepares them as well for first team football, you get me?
Exactly.
Because when I played reserve football as well, again, like I said, physically, Like when you're young, coming through the ranks or whatever, and obviously you're playing reserve football
100%.
and you're playing with grown men as well. It's like, it toughens you. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I said, it gets you ready, it prepares you for the first team. It's like you get a little taste of what to expect once you make your debut for the first team.
Yeah.
So I agree as well, man. I agree.
Yeah, and I see like a lot of nowadays, and this is something I never used to see. The youngest person I used to see that makes a football debut is 16. Now I'm seeing 15-year-olds making debut, and I'm thinking, whoa, that's a drastic change because I've never seen that in my time.
Soon a 14-year-old or even a 15. Soon a 14-year-old will think. I think this is gonna get like younger, man.
Yeah, younger. Yeah. And the kind of it's good. You made your first team debut. That's good. You've broken into the first team. But the problem is that those people that are 15 that are in the first team, they still need to develop. There's certain things that they go through each year. This is how you should be like. And like say 16, 17, 18, there's certain things you should be doing that at that age as a footballer. And for you to be 15 and just go straight into the first team, there's certain things you still haven't learned or you should be at when you're maybe 3 or 4 years ahead in time. So I feel personally football has changed drastically. I feel like, for example, like the way how it is now, they're playing it from the back. You got a goalkeeper here and then you got 2 defenders beside you. It wasn't like that before. Normally, keeper would take a goal kick and bang, he will smash the ball out there. The wingers, for example, I just feel like wingers are just not, when they're getting the ball, they're not charging and taking on defenders like that. Nowadays, instead of just taking on defenders, they're cutting in and trying to score. They're cutting in and
like the more Salahs.
Yeah.
So they're trying to be like more attacking.
More.
Attacking.
Yeah. And even remember when we had like proper wingers like Ian Robben, Giggs, all of these guys, they would literally, like you said, they would literally go on the wing and they'll take on their man and cross sometimes. Or even sometimes after taking on their man, they would cut in. But it was always like they always took on their they always like basically took on their guy in it. Even that's why I keep on saying, even now, like they're playing people like Salah, he's left footed, but they're playing him on the right to cut in on his left.
You see?
They're playing a right footed person on the left to cut in. Yeah,
Saka's one. Yeah.
And all of these things. Even another thing that I want to speak about quickly about football, because now obviously it's more than ever, it's business, isn't it? Because remember before obviously there was always money in football, but obviously now we live in different times for different reasons. So now obviously because a lot of these young kids, like even one of my older brother said it to me a little while back, like now a lot of these young kids, even before making a debut, they've got like a big following, like on Instagram. They've got like millions of, you got what I'm saying? So deeper. So with the clubs, I feel like, you see how you said, like how we said the ages are getting younger in terms of like how they're making the debuts when they're 15, and I said soon they're probably gonna be even a 14-year-old. Simply because a lot of these clubs are looking at it like, oh, raw. Even though this young boy hasn't broken into the first team, but he's got a big following on social media already, this and that. Let's try to push him through to utilize him so it's like we can make more money off him. Again, like these players that just come through where it's like, not to be rude for me, cool, they're doing their thing, but if we're speaking about football, a lot of these young youths are never good enough. Garnacho, obviously Rashford did whatever, but I feel like there's so many players which they're average for me. They're young, they've done all right, but in terms of like quality wise, they're not good enough to play for some of these big teams. But what happens, like I said, because they're making money for the team. I'll be honest with you guys, as a United supporter, if you guys deeper, if Marcus Rashford, obviously he's one of our own, innit? But if Marcus Rashford wasn't making United money, advertisement, selling shirts, whatever, bro, that little nigga would be sold time ago if you guys deeper. So that's why some people even get frustrated. Obviously, there's a lot of other examples.
You already know my stand on it. You
Yeah,
so
yeah, man.
It's just some marketing. They have to do that marketing side, PR side.
But even, you know what, swiftly moving forward to go back to obviously one of the main topics here, I want to touch on obviously again to just let the people know a little bit more, like you signing to your modelling agency. Like, talk to us about how that came about and how you got to that point.
Oh man. Alright, cool. Let's go back 2 years ago when I was 28. So remember I said that's when I started to take things serious, acting and modelling. Like acting, I started getting into like short films with modelling. I started like taking pictures, like professional pictures, and then that's when I started having the right people around me now. Now they start sending me modeling agencies. Oh, apply for this agency. I'm like, raw. But then if I go like years back, I didn't know where to go, where to start. So now the right people coming into my life, the right people telling me, this is what you do, this is where you need to go, this is what you need to do. So I started doing that, and man, it was a process, because it's like, they want to know your height, the color of your hair, your eyes, your shoe size. And I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, they like the taller, from what I heard, they like the taller people.
Yeah, they want to see like your natural look. So I remember I was getting pictures done, and I applied to all these modeling agencies. I applied to loads, and I got rejected loads, until one day one agency actually got back to me and said, we'd like to invite you to our open casting. Like, you got through. I was like, rah, cool, I'm in. Went through it, done it, signed. I was like, yes, cool. Nike, ASOS, Zara is all gonna come to me now. But actually, it's not how it goes. And me as a model, I don't really know much, so I don't know what to expect or what's gonna come. The person that managed me for my agency, it's a legit agency called Zebedee Talent. He was sending me jobs and whatnot. I'll be like, put me forward. But nothing was coming back. Like, I'm like, no jobs will come. I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, why am I not getting nothing? But me, I don't know much yet. So I say for me at that time, 2 years ago, I was very impatient. And it got to a stage where I was very frustrated. I was like, I can't be asked. So I was still doing my acting, but money, I was like, I can't be asked. But then it was like, as time went on, I'm 29, I'm 30 now. I started to understand the modeling kind of industry side, and I started to realize that it's not as easy as you think it is. And you go through hella rejection. Like, I know people that are in some modeling agencies, and they'll all tell me the same thing. Yeah, I've been rejected so many times. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I actually didn't know that. So I thought it was just me, but when people are all saying the same thing and they're all going through the same thing, it just made me like, cool. So I used to watch like a lot of videos and whatnot. And obviously 30 now, we're in November. So September, like before September, I found like my photographer, like, and I met up with him. But before, like, I saw his Instagram, I DM him. Big shout out to Mark. Mark, if you see this, for real, man, like, you're a proper photographer, man, #1 photographer. So I DM Mark and
big up Mark.
Yeah, big up to Mark, man. So
looking after my brothers.
Yeah. I DM Mark, and then he replied, and then he gave me like a free photo shoot and a video shoot as well, which is surprising.
What?
Yeah.
I might need to hit him up.
Yeah, no, hit him up.
What?
I'll send you. Yeah,
please.
And then what happened is that he took pictures and he took videos, and I posted it, and then a lot of people like, raw, like the pictures came out good, the videos came out good. I'm like, who's that photographer? Stick with him. I'm like, cool. And then September, I hollered him again, and we linked up, and then he started taking out like proper model portfolio pictures in a white backdrop, Yeah, so when you apply to agencies, they want you to take pictures in a white backdrop with the natural lighting like this. No edit, don't edit your pictures, just keep it nice and natural. They want to see how you naturally look, the jawbone, how your facial, your everything about you. I've done that. And then also I started applying for agencies. And then I also decided to vlog my day in the life as an upcoming model. I decided to vlog every single day, and that's what I've been doing up to this very day, even now on TikTok. So yeah, guys, if you want to see the TikTok journey of me coming up as a model, search my name up, Mr. EPO_94. MREPO_94. You'll see me vlogging my day in the life as an upcoming model. And guys, I've just been vlogging daily, and through that I've been getting like a couple DMs, people commenting on my videos and pictures. And I got like 1 or 2 like funny people. You get that here and there. You get the haters, and that is, do you get what I'm saying? And there's some people, like, one thing I've learned in life as well is that positive or negative, someone's always gonna have something to say about you. So even some people having stuff to say about me, like, you know what you could do? You could like lose a bit more body fat, so your jawbone comes out more, or stuff like that. They're always gonna say something, and I'll look at it, and those comments can either break you or make you. Yeah. So I didn't look at it in a way where it broke me. I just took it as something constructive. But I try not to listen to people's opinions, because
you get lost.
I can get lost. I need to be myself. I know myself. I'm at a good weight, and how I was when I was at lockdown, I put on a lot of weight, so it messed up my physique. But I got my physique back, and now I'm at a good weight, and my face, like even now when I go gym, people say like, you've gone a lot slimmer than how you used to be, and I was like, yeah, thank you. So I know the hard work paid off. But with modelling, sorry, back to that. I applied for 70 modelling agencies. I was applying each day. I started from the 4th of September, and then each agency that I applied, I would write down on a piece of paper, write this. I think the first day I started, I applied to 20 modelling agencies, have it all down on a piece of paper. And then the next day, apply again. Next day, apply again. And then I was getting some emails back, they were saying that I was unsuccessful, and then most of the time, I just didn't hear anything.
I'll be honest with you, yeah? Maybe you both might be different from me, innit?
Yeah.
But I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, when I apply for like jobs, or like what you said, that in your obviously in your thing, applying to different modelling agency, for me, I've got this thing, like, if you're gonna reject me, don't even holler back on me. I'd rather you not even get back to me. What's the point on emailing me back telling me I didn't make it? I don't. For me, obviously you lot might be different. You're gonna say but my logic is, if you don't, if I'm not successful, whatever, don't holler back on me, and then I'll know. Cool, I wasn't successful, rather than you have to confirm to me like, and I'm reading the email like this and that, you didn't make it. For me, I don't order that, man. So
did they give you a reason why they didn't accept?
No,
See, that's the only thing that will bother me. I don't mind you not accept, because it is what it is, but give me a reason why you haven't accepted me.
Some people like feedback, innit? Why didn't I not make it? This and that, which is totally fine. Like, with your modelling, like, so just in general, what do you want to get from your modelling career? Just in general, like, what's the vision?
You know, the vision is, I obviously want to do something that I love doing, and like I said, I want to be able to make a living from it. But it's gonna take time. I have to put in the work. But what I want to get out of it is that I want to show people, despite how old you are, or you might feel it's too late. It's never too late for anything if you put your mind to it. I feel like the only reason why you're stopping yourself from reaching or getting there is because you tell yourself, I can't do it no more, or it's too late. So the purpose of me doing it is because I want to do what I love, but I want to show people it's never too late to be what you want to be in life. It's never too late to achieve what you love doing and making a living from it. And you don't know what could happen in life. You could go down a pathway for, you know what, let me give this a shot. And that can be a drastic change in your life. Whereas you're not doing it, and then you're taking a different route. Whereas that route you could have gone down, that really could have taken you far. So yeah, that's it for me, really. And I feel like as well, like, now I'm starting to understand the industry. Like what you guys were saying, like, I would have loved to get feedback. Now there's models out there that they apply for agencies, they don't hear anything, and it does bother them. It literally bothers them. And they're thinking like, what's going on? Like, I'm not getting nothing. Or they're telling me I'm unsuccessful. And you see, with me, I want to be able to understand what could be the cause for you being unsuccessful. And I'm starting to understand it myself. I'm knowing certain answers to why, and as well what I plan to do. And I've been this is why I kind of done this vlog in a way, because when I was getting into modeling, like where I'm at now, I would watch videos. I'm watching a lot of videos. I'm seeing people's tutorial videos and their journey, how they got to modeling and what you have to do. And it was like, when I would watch them, one thing I felt was lacking, and I'm not saying that they have to, but one thing I felt a lot of established models that are in agencies, they've done Nike, they've done JD, ASOS, they've done Primark, they've done Gucci, all these Prada, they've done that all. But I feel like when I'm watching videos of models and them not showing their journey, and I see certain comments, people say, how do I get into this? And they're not getting that kind of reply. And it's like, I feel like there's lack of authenticity. People not being honest or being real and showing people what it actually takes to be a model. There's people, I'll see them respond to their comments. You're not going to respond to everyone because
of course,
you got your own life. But it's like, some people will be like, for example, I applied for this amount of agencies. I didn't hear anything. Why? Then sometimes the person might reply and say, for example, just keep going, don't stop, your time will come. But no, it's deeper than that. There's a reason why that person didn't get accepted. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I wanted to create this journey to show people. I don't know how much people will reach. I don't mind if my TikTok doesn't blow off and I'm getting thousands of followers or views. If I got like 280 views, that 280 people that viewed the video, maybe out of all of them, maybe some of them that aren't models, or some of them that want to become models, see it and they can see the journey of what I'm doing, showing the authenticity, me showing the good days, the bad days, showing, oh, I'm pissed off, oh, you know what, this is a good day, or open casting call, I'm going to that. You'll see me going through and seeing the process of what happens during that open casting call. I'm going to a walk-in. Alright, cool, I'm going to this model walk-in, guys. I'm here, Oh, right, this guy's going into a walk-in. What is it like? What happens? So I want to be able to try and gather up as much information as possible as a model with my journey. I feel like I'm praying, God willing, that it will happen. Because when you get signed to a modeling agency, it can go 3 ways. And if you're a model and you're listening to this, I'm just going to give you a bit of info to what can happen
tell them,
as a model. There's 3 ways it can go. You can be signed as a model, number 1, and you can get constant work. Number 2, you can be signed to a modeling agency and you can get work here and there. And number 3, you can get signed to a modeling agency and you can get no work whatsoever. Nothing. And that's how tough the industry is. It is so tough. You're literally up against so many people, different shapes, different sizes. You get tall people, you get slim people, you get muscular people. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Different skin tones. I see, like, I'm not no homo, like I see some white guys that are tall and slim, like they got the jawbone and the nose, and I would look at them, I'm thinking, raw, you got that, like you just got that model look, like they've got it.
I know what I mean. Sometimes you see them,
you
like,
just see it, and then I will look at them, I'm thinking, yeah, you probably get it. Not knowing, bang, they're rejected, and I'll be like, huh? You? How are you getting rejected?
It's definitely like that, man.
100%.
They're like, I know these people that the type of models that they're looking for. I think they're just trying to, like, it's almost like they're nitpicking almost. Because you could be the perfect guy, but there's just something that he may not have that this other one that they've seen has. But it could be like the most minimum thing.
Exactly.
Because I've seen how it is, like, with certain documentaries where you see a lot of, like, these supermodels trying to do this, and it is real challenging.
It's challenging.